Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So after creating the connection between Azure DevOps and ML cloud, or let's say portal, this portal here. So now we need to create some resources that will be created using DevOps pipelines, and we will see it in this let's see tab, or let's see page. And now, after, as I said, we have to create a connection, and we have did that last time. And now I have to create some resources. These resources will be in the beginning a resource group that will contain all the resources in this, let's see, project. And the second one, which will be the machine workspace, machine learning workspace. This will be also inside the resource group. And the next one, we will try to create a cluster that will do our, let's see, training. Maybe we can try to use CPU or GPU, but in this case I will try to use CPU, because training the anomaly detection, it's okay to run it in a CPU. It will take, let's see, a few minutes, but it works. So we will try, because it's working in my side, I mean in my notebook. And the third one will create some containers, and like Azure Container Registry. This will try to save our Docker image, and with, of course, with fast EBI. And then we will create Azure Kubernetes service called AKS. This will try to run the Docker image from the registry. Will retrieve this from the registry and run it inside the Kubernetes. But before this, we need also to install something in the Kubernetes server. This will be, for instance, machine learning, and then we will try to attach this Kubernetes into the workspace, which is machine learning workspace. And we will try to, let's see, upload some data, and also creating environment, because sometimes we have, let's see, our independent, let's see, packages that we would like to use. Sometimes it's not, there are several packages in the Azure cloud, but sometimes are not relevant, let's say, to us. We need somehow to do ourselves. So we will start with defining some parameters here. As you can see, this is the name. And to define, to create parameters, you have to go to the library. Now here you can see variable group. You can add this one here, then name it whatever you want. And here you add some parameters. Why we have done this using, for instance, using variable parameters? Because what sometime when I would like to use these parameters in different, let's see, pipelines, I will just create it once here, and I can use it wherever I want, just mentioning the name of the resource of the variable group. For instance, our group, I name it like this: MLOps Azure components. Now I will try to create, as I said, some parameters like Azure container registry, which is ACR name, and this is the name. It should, let's say, reflect somehow what is the project you are working on. You have to be careful. Sometimes the naming is restriction. As you please, you have to go to the I think one or two, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 videos. I have add this, what are the constraint for each component. So sometimes, for instance, here, uh, hyphen or dot or underscore as not, let's see, accepted. Not here, inside this Azure portal. Now I will also give a name for the Kubernetes cluster, also for the compute name for data anomaly directory. This I will give the directory to my PC, and this will upload the whole images in my PC. Also the the database name, which is anomaly anomorphigen images. By the way, you can also use, I have see this repo here. I will try to use this for our experiments. So please try to use this, and also try to start or like this repo. Now also for the rest, it's somehow the same. And now let's go to the our repo and our to the pipelines. Now we will try to create new pipeline. What I have did done here, leave. Now we have to select our repo. It's now in our Azure DevOps, and of course you can use GitHub, any other let's see server. So I'm using this, and our my repo is this industrial anomaly detection. Now you can also use Docker. What's that? Docker image, or you have to build it in your side. And yeah, and here I will start with a startup pipeline. So I will just create this, and you can see here it's somehow empty. I will try to add here somehow infrastructure. Let's see, infra. It's enough. Now, why I have add this? So now this pipeline will be only run once. So some creating a components will be only one time. Maybe in the beginning you have to do with manually. So this will not be, let's say, triggered automatically when you have any changes. Why? Because creating some resources, the same resources, sometimes some resources will not allow to create it if it's already exist, and sometimes the creating these components will take much time. So in our case, this time here, I'm guessing that these components will be created in at least 30 minutes. So creating this several times, it will just wasting time and resources. So we have to do it this only once. And trigger, we have this mean here, this the trigger mean. It means any changes in the main branch, this pipeline will be, let's see, triggered. But we don't need this. We have to only at let's see. Oh, it seems it's hard to, yeah. So only when we have to add the path, and here the path we have include, and we have infra infra. I have forgot this infrastructure. So now this pipeline will be only triggered when we have any changes in this pipeline. And of course, you can add the trigger to none. You can do this, but I will try to make it like this. So now we have to define the poll, which is already here, but I have my poll, which is name. I will just use default because I have also I haven't shown you how to create a build agent. Let's see, local build agent, but I have done it in the in one videos. I have already attached this last time. So please have a look. Be sure that you have already configure your set out. Let's see, environment, so it will accept any stuff. So now this is my pool, and here I have variables. This or the variables I have created here. So you can see here this one. I will just try to copy this, and we can add group. So you can see this an indentation has to be done. For instance, here you have variable. Then the second, let's see, child will be one tab. And if you have any other, for instance, see, trigger, tab, tab, tab. For each one, we have to make a tab. Sorry. Okay. Sorry for my sound. It's not, let's see, fine because I have somehow a flu. And here, now let me just see, we have some steps here. And for this, I need somehow to define the stages. So it's only will be one stage indeed. Stage. I will show you next time what I mean by stages when we have several stages. So stages, it means if you have several stages that will be independent on each other. For instance, if you have 10 stages, for instance, training, validation, deployment, and if there's any error in the stage, for instance, training, the other one will be stopped. I mean, it will directly stop because the other one, the following stages, it depends on the training. So we will see this in more details. Now I have to define the stage, and I will call this bootstrap Azure infra. Now we have to define here a display name. Display. By the way, you can see here there's some. Let me just remove this because here's some error. Let's see, display name should be install Azure components. Type array. Stages, yeah, this is correct. And stage, yeah. Now display name, then we have to, so you can see this assistance. So you can see some settings, but still not stages. Let's just continue, and we will see what is wrong. Install, and there, of course you can. There's some check the YAML file, so we will see how to check the YAMLs. Now we will add some jobs, and these jobs we have only one job. Let's see, start set up, and for this job we need to somehow we need to add display name. So let's see, or this maybe he install Azure infrastructure. Maybe it's wrong. Structure. Okay. Now we need some steps. And the steps, we have also some tasks. In that steps step we have task only one. So I have no idea why it is. Let me check why it's not there's some error here. Yeah, it's somehow sensitive. So somehow if we need to add space here. So now we have some steps, and we will create now task, and we need Azure. Let's see, you can see here search. Azure CLI. We have Azure CLI, and you can define it also here, and you can add it directly to this. So for instance, just add this, the cursor here, and let's see, we need to have a connection. We have created this last time. Now the type of it's a PowerShell, and of course you can use whatever you want, and I will try to use inline. And here inline we will try to in the beginning we have to let's see, what's that, install the machine learning extension. So what you can do is just type easy extension add name ML, and you can also use this with only one, but I just would like to make it more clear. So now you can see add. So now if I just press click add, you can see this will be created in this automatically here. Now what is wrong here? I hate this YAML steps, bad indentation of the sequence entry. Okay, here you can see setting. Now we have here the import has to be also indentation here. Now as you can see, I have the Azure subscription. I will use this subscription that we have already created last time. So just a recap. So service connections, I will use this one here. So this we have created last time. Please try to have a look. And I mean, without this creation, you will not be able to continue indeed. So now here we have created the I mean installing the Azure machine learning. Now we need also now to create another task, which will be also a CLI. And let's just go to the next line. Oops. So here you can also, yeah, either just you can click, copy this and change the name, of course. And we need also somehow to add display name. So you can see display name, because otherwise it won't be, let's see, clear. So I will try to see step 1, install the ML extension. Now you can see I have just to move it here. So Emma, you see now this is, this name has to be here indeed. Yeah. And for this, because we have copied this, you can go also to setting, and you can update this stuff here. So you can see script PowerShell inline, and the now we will try to create. Let's see, what's the display name? Strange. There is no display name here. Because without display name, I mean, it's not, let's see, a profi, right? So let's copy this. I mean, I will just do some stuff, and after a while, I will just pause the video and copy the, finishing this, and show you, just show you the latest stuff. So as I said, here we have to create to install the extension. Now we need to create step 2. create the resource group. And here you can see this is the subscription PowerShell. This is fine. Here we need to add our command line. So you can see it's in line, but because I just want to make it somehow more organized, and I will just make it somehow multiple line. So group, now create, I have to add this. So now I will go down, double hyphen name. Now I will try to use my parameters from this one here. Oops, so here you can see I have defined some parameters, and I will try to use some parameters. For instance, this resource group, just copy the name, only the name, not the value, because the value will be taken from when we see here. So $sign, you need to add this. It's important to add this brackets, otherwise it won't work. So now if you need any other different line, I mean, of course we need for the location, and of course I have a variable with the name location. So these are the most, let's say, important parameters for the creating the resource group. And now we will create a resource group with this name here, resource group ML Anomafusion Def. And you can also change whatever you want regarding this. So let's keep it like this. And for the location, you can see location, yeah, SUS. So also the location, try to select the close, let's say the close one to your location. And the third component will be, let's see, the resource, our third one, create machine learning workspace. So we need to create our workspace here. So these parameters will be, I mean, this input will be the same, but here we need to just choose ML. So if you ask a question why we have installed the component with it, yeah, extension. This one here, we have installed the extension, ML extension. Here we can use it. Azure ML. Now we need to see workspace, then create. Now some parameters, what are the parameters for this? We have several parameters, and in the beginning I will just use this name because we need it. So let's see, the name is $sign, it's workspace, capital letters, workspace, yeah, just copy this. So this is the advantage of using a resource group, I mean variable groups. This will be used in different pipelines if you want. So now I have to define this. Now this source group, in which resource, I mean this workspace, in which resource group have to be created. So you can see resource hash group. Now we have this. Now we need also the location. As we have said, as I said last time in one video, that when you create a workspace, some other components will be created. For instance, a storage account, key fold, and also app insight, and uh, I forgot the last one. But this will be created once. So you can see if you just go to this, and you can just go to the source group. This is just see search create, and you can see here, this is the command that's related to the workspace. So here are the parameters that we need to, some are not required. For instance, resource group, it's needed, and also the location, it's needed. And as you can see here, this is required parameters. Okay, only the resource group. Interesting. Only the resource group is important. And as you can see here, this inside this brackets, it's not, it's only optional. And wait a second, yeah, here you can see storage account, and also key vault, and container registry, for instance, and application inside. This will be created automatically. The default value is true. So you can see application side of application side is space. Not sure if it's mentioned here, but this will be created automatically in a new site. So now I'm just creating the workspace. Let me pause the video, and I will show you what I have done, because the video is already 26 minutes. Okay, so as you can see here, so please focus on this, because some parameters will be really important for you, because to save you save your money and everything. So please be I mean, watch till the end, and yeah, please like the video, and also subscribe into my channel. So as you can see here, this is the creating the, I mean, installing the extension. So this is for creating the resource group. This is for workspace, and here I have created this, and also comment this out, because this is if you would like to make a Kubernetes, let's say a connection between server, I mean Kubernetes, to the Kubernetes is, let's say, secure. For that, we have to create SSL certificate, and also SSL key. And for this, you have to use this command. If you haven't already, so this command here, you have to create let's see, the key, SSL key, and SSL certificate. And you can see here, this is the let's see, the expire will be one, let's see, 1 year. And this will generate few files in your directory, and these files will be, I mean, try to make it like this. For instance, what I have done here, I just add this as a directory here. Where is it? So you can see I have this certification is this one here, which is generated from this command here, and also added in the SSL key. This I will use it in the pipeline, and I have no, I don't need to, let's say, put this two files in a code, and because it's a secure, so we have to make it more secure. And also, I just remember I have update. Yeah, for instance, also the dataset directory, it's also added here. So when I run the command, the self agent pipeline, because this is in my PC, and I know where to find the dataset and everything. And if you have another PC, you have to also add these variables in the other PC. This will work as a build agent, and I think this is easy. Now let's be back to the workspace, to the pipeline. Here we have created a resource, I mean container registry. As I said, this will be used for the to saving the image, the Docker image. And you can see this is the command, and also you can open it here if you want. And the next one is creating the cluster. So here's the stuff. So creating the cluster, you need to define the enable cluster auto scaler. So if you have a big load, this will be this, you have to add this parameter here. So if you have a big load, the cluster, let's see, it will be extended automatically. If not, it will be down to the count 0. And for simplicity, I have minimum count, about minimum count 1, and maximum count is 2. And this is the virtual machine size, and this is enable, managed enable. You can use it also generate SSH key. So once you have created this in the cloud, and you can also access it with SSH uh, command. And also here I have added load balancer idle after, if it's idle after 4 seconds, it will be let's say idle. So this will save you much let's say cost or money. And the next step is how to create. So now we have created this cluster. And the next step to work with this machine learning and running the Docker image and everything, we need to install some extensions. So these extensions will be Azure ML. So as you can see here, Azure ML, and there is a configuration setting. It's enable only the inference. So is it here? So as you can see here, I'm just using this Kubernetes only for the inference. No training in the Kubernetes because it costs a lot of money indeed. Just use it for inference. Of course, you can do it here. So, for instance, enable training equal true. You can do it, but the default value is the default for the training is false. And here you have to add a load balancer if you have to make a load balancer between these nodes. And here you can see I have SSLC C name is yourdomain.com. This was added in the command, so you can see. Just use this here. So I mean, of course, you can use your site, anything you want, but this I just use randomly. And here we can see there's also a parameter here if you would like to make it the connection is let's see insecure and unsecure. But for us, we need to, as I promised in the beginning, in the syllabus, let's say, that we need also to focus on the security, and for that we have to add these parameters here. So as you can see, these parameters it will be taken from the library. So where's the library certificate? For instance, you can see I have created a path, direct path to this file, and also for this file. So this will be locally in my PC. I mean, in the build agent, let's say, and it won't be, let's say, uploaded in a code or let's say in a public, let's say, way. So this is secret. So this will be only in applicable, let's say, accessible from my PC, and that's why we have this now here as a secure. You can also do it with non-secure, but I I will just recommend you not to do this. So let me just go to this command. There are a lot of commands in this extension here. So you can see, let's go to this. And here is no secure. Can't see it, but Griffin. I'm sure it's here, but I can't see it. Let's see. Secure. No. Strange. Wait a minute. I have to find it. I have checked this, and I haven't seen any parameters. Let's see, maybe this in the version 2, version 1. But to make it without secure, you can just remove this line here, and also you have to remove this word here. I mean this to me. And in this case, you will use it. Let's see, in and secure. So now the next step after installing everything here, we need now to attach this into a WorkML. Why we need to attach this to a WorkML workspace? Because in the workspace we will do our training and also creating endpoint for the inference, also deployment in the workspace, in the machine learning workspace, and this cluster will be used connected, let's say, or attached to the workspace, so we will be able to use it as, let's say, for the deployment. And next step here, so by the way, this name here, this name, it's the experiment. Let's see, you have created a cluster, or let's say Kubernetes, and this name here, what you like to name this cluster inside the workspace? I hope it's clear, because here you can see you need also the resource ID, and for the resource ID I have also add this automatically, so you don't need to go to the Azure cloud and get the resource ID for the Azure, for the Kubernetes. So here you can see I just get this with this query here. Give me the Kubernetes show with the name of AKS name and with the resource group, and this will return us, let's say, give us the resource ID. And here, if you would like, for instance, we have named this as AKS Anoma cluster, and would you like to name it the same? You just can name it as you want. But this is, I just gave it a name which is what is this name? Should be here. Yeah, this one here. For instance, WS anomaly AKS, and this name has a restriction. I think maximum 16. So please be careful. And after connecting this to a resource group, sometimes, not sometimes, we need, let's say you need this only the cluster, the Kubernetes, it's only for the inference. So you don't need to create it, or let's see, create the cluster and connect it to the workspace now. So you can also create another website, another, let's see, YAML file, and also call this, let's see, for instance, here infra, and I can call this Azure component. And let's say I can see training, maybe, is it big, best name or not? No, I will just say Azure components. And for you, if you would like, as I said, the Kubernetes cluster, it's not needed to create it right now. So you can create another YAML file, and also after, for instance, after the training, you can also create it. But I just would like to show you how to create the stuff. So now here we have created, I have created a cluster, a compute cluster. So now there's a difference between compute cluster and also Kubernetes. Kubernetes, it's a it's a it's a Kubernetes, and it has several, let's see, PCs, and also the compute cluster, it also has different components. But here we have some loader balance and auto, let's see, auto scaler and everything, but here not. And also I give you shutdown image. It should be, let's see, uh, no, it should be 20 minutes. Maybe it's good. Here I'm creating a cluster with the, let's see, minimum 0 and maximum 1. And if you see here in the Kubernetes, you have to add the minimum 1. So it has to be 1. And the minimum instance, and the idle time before scale, it will be 20, I think 20 minutes or 20 seconds. Let me be just quite sure. Idle time. If we just see here, So it's easy also to do it yourself. And let me just go here, and I would like to make let's see everything clear. So any with it idle before idle before down, what is it? So idle time before scale down. I can't copy paste time. It's in seconds. So let's just keep it like this. So our it will be 120 seconds, also 3 minutes. No, 2 minutes. And you can see here, when I create a cluster, you have to also identify the workspace and resource group and also workspace. Now for this, uploading the dataset, we also need this for the training. Before doing the training, we need to upload some datasets. And this I have showed you last time when I created the storage account. And good good point here. So as you can see, I haven't created any no storage account, no container, no data assets, nothing. So what I have done, only using the default value. When you see here, when you add this command ml, easy ml data create, this will be create will create data assets directly in this in the storage account of the workspace. So as we have said in the beginning, when you create workspace, storage account will be created, and this will take the default one. And here you can see I have added the path, and the path is also in my PC, and I just add this yeah here. So this will upload the whole let's see the whole folders, if it's inside the folders. And here, this is, let's see, more important let's see component. Why it's important? As I said, in the Azure ML, there are several environments, but they might use different stuff. So maybe we have used OpenCV, which is not, let's see, in this. Maybe the version that we would like to use, it's not supported in this environment, and etc. For instance, I'm using Torch 2.2, and maybe in the other one it's different. Maybe Panda is not need. I mean, as a conclusion, you will not find any environment in the Azure, including all of these dependencies. So it might be also not needed, but let me just see here, deployment, and here you have created only a short environment stuff. So as you can see, this is our dependencies, which is develop for the development. For the environment that we would like to create in the Azure, I'm using this dependencies. So some of this maybe will not be used. For instance, payload, I'm not quite sure if I will, maybe I will just remove it. Onyx might be needed, because I will, after that I will convert the model. As you can see, I will convert the model into Unix Onyx file. Let me just go here. So I have done some experiments here, so feel free to have a look here. And as you can see here, I have add these lines here. This will create will track the model ML using ML flow. Will track Onyx model, and will try to create some Onyx model parameters, register everything, and this will be uploaded directly into the workspace. We will see it, of course, in the next videos. And here you can see we have to create our environment. So it's really important to register to create let's see, create a training environment. And you can see here image. I have used Ubuntu, and the conda file, you can see it's in the directory, the build the main, let's say, directory of the resource of the repo. For instance, this is the main directory here, this one here. And from this you can go to the development and take this file here. So you can see development and environment, and this one will create our environment. The environment will be used in the training cluster to train our stuff. So this is let's see how to create these resources. And if I save, and I have to save this now, not to run, only save. And of course, now if you would like to run this pipeline, you just need to click run pipeline. And you can see here it's trigger only in the infrastructure directory, and from the infrastructure directory this will be inside, and it will try to run. So I will try, because as I said, it will take let's see, at least one half an hour or maybe 1 hour, depends on the PC and build agent and everything. This will take time, and I'm just guaranteed that this will work in your side. And if you have any issue, please write it down in the comment below. I will investigate and tell you what is the problem. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.